Hello guys, welcome back to the Free Hammers podcast live. It's me and Paul this week, and we're going to be going through everything West Ham related and any news that we like to cover through sports. If you've got any questions throughout the show, put them in the live chat and we'll try our best to answer them. If you've not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like our content, and please share with your friends. Let's get on with it. It's the Free Hammers and it's live.
Well, anyone who was watching the stream from the very beginning was in for a right treat there.
Yeah, I pressed about 3 different things there, mate. Appreciate anyone who is joining us. Obviously, I know that West Ham Fan TV and Hammers Chat are both doing things at the moment as well. So, you know, if you have picked us to watch, thank you. If it is a little bit laggy, the internet seems to be a little bit choppy today, I have to say. Well, mate, I didn't catch the games. 2 friendlies at once, which is, you know, very unusual. By all accounts, mate, top 4 next year.
Champions League. Now, do you know what? Obviously, you've got to temper expectations. 2 fantastic results. Obviously, a 5-1 win and a 4-1 win. I watched the Wickham game. Really, really good results. Obviously, it's pre-season. The games are meaningless. You can't take too much from it. But it's great to see. I mean, 9 goals across 2 games. Even in pre-season, we ain't seen that very often as West Ham fans. Do you know what I mean? But it was good. The players looked like, so I watched the Wickham game. I haven't seen anything of the Ipswich game yet, but the players looked sharp. They looked fit, which was big. You know, I can't remember the last time we looked that fit. You know, the likes of Lanzini looked a lot sharper. Bowen was fantastic. Antonio wasn't great. I don't think he was pretty much himself. Masuaku looked really good. Again, didn't really have to do much defending. But there were good performances all over the pitch. There were good performances. The young kid Baptiste looked good. Johnson next to him. Yeah, promising signs. Like I say, obviously you can't take too much from pre-season friendlies, but you can only play and beat what's in front of you, and we look good. We look good today.
Yeah, I've seen. I've not seen none of the Wickham game. I see the highlights of the Ipswich game because Sam Inkersole on Twitter, if you know that guy, he's quite a big West Ham following. He was putting clips up, and I see the Haller's goal. Grady looked like he did a fantastic bit of work for that goal, and it's good to see him. It's good to see him in. You know, I don't want him sold. I'm sure we'll go on to that in a little bit later. But you know, the opportunity to see Bowen, Diagana providing that shape that Haller is used to playing, like at Frankfurt, could be quite exciting.
Yeah, and again, I haven't seen the highlights. I did see that first Haller goal on Twitter, but I think obviously Haller scored an hat-trick, and I think all 3 of them were assisted by Diangana. I think all 3 of them were Grady assists, so could be a really good partnership there. And this is good, you know. You want to see that. You want to see partnerships like that starting to form and give Moyes an idea of, right, okay, we need to keep the likes of Grady. We don't want to be selling him. Yeah, like I say, it's all positive. Everything that come out of the games today, positive. Even Freddie Sears managed to get a goal.
Oh, well, West Ham legend. Like you say, mate, the most important thing is fitness. And if we look fit, that's a good thing. That is a good thing, because sometimes we look really laboured. And like you say, mate, you can't take much about pre-season friendly, but you can learn perhaps what's wrong with your team a little bit in a pre-season friend rather than what's right. You can learn what's wrong. And, yeah, to see him fit is definitely a bonus.
No, absolutely. I think if you were going to be looking at any areas where you'd say, all right, we need to improve there. As I said, I didn't see the Ipswich game. I only saw the Wickham game. We've got 4 goalkeepers on the books, 4 senior goalkeepers at the minute. Fabianski needs to get his form back because the others don't fill me with any confidence. The defenders, like I say, the young kid Baptiste looked decent. I know he's been getting a lot of hype at the minute, but he's not a player that you're going to want to be starting in the Premier League. He's not ready for that yet, I don't think. It really, obviously, we scored 9 goals across the 2 games today. Scoring goals and going forward isn't the problem. We need defenders. We need to strengthen at the back, and I think that's where the focus needs to be. As nice as it is to be linked with strikers, and it's more, it gets talked about in the press more. We're fine. We're fine. Obviously, we've now only got one recognised striker, and I think we probably will bring in a backup. But it's the defence we need to concentrate on for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. With the friendlies, I think we've got about 2, maybe 3 more friendlies to go. So we will, we'll do some little shows in between now and then. But there's no point going too in depth, like you say, mate. It's nice to see some performances, nice to see some kids, nice to see Grady back, nice to see Lanzini looking sharp. Hopefully, we can see Lanzini. That it would please me nothing more to see Lanzini, hit the form that we know he can hit. Yeah, so let's move on a bit, mate. We haven't spoke for a while. Talking about transfers, mate, is it getting concerning for you? That is what came up when I was doing my little show, my solo show the other day, and that just seemed to be the constant thing coming up with people is they're concerned now. They're starting to get a little bit concerned.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm not at this moment in time. No, I'm not concerned. It's still early in the window. Most teams haven't done much business. It's only really Chelsea that are throwing the cash around. We definitely do need to strengthen the defence, and I think that's where the focus needs to be. Yes, we've let a lot of our strikers go, and we haven't brought anyone in yet. But then, if you look at what they actually contributed last year, we haven't really lost much. Ajay contributed nothing last year. Hugiel obviously was on loan, so we've lost players, but they're not players that were contributing anything. So it doesn't worry me, and I don't think we need that much apart from the defenders. I obviously Costa Ama put their left back, striker, centre half. 100% agree. 100% agree. If we can get in another striker,
happy, mate. If there's only 3 players that come in, I'll be happy.
Yeah, because yes, you could look and say, well, what about in midfield? If Rice gets injured, it is the likes of Wilshere going to stay fit. Noble obviously can't do it every week, but we've got the numbers there, and I think we've got enough players to cover. So I'm not too worried at the minute. We definitely need to strengthen in defence, and I'd like to see that happen obviously pretty soon. But apart from that, I'm not too worried at the minute. I'm not too worried. Even if we went again with the same team that we've got now, I don't think we could.
I'm nervous about fullbacks. I am nervous about the fullbacks.
Yeah. And we do need to strengthen. We do need to strengthen there. I think Johnson's fine on the right. I think Johnson and Fredericks on the right is fine. Cresswell, Masuaku on the left does definitely need strengthening. Masuaku ain't a defender, and I just think Cresswell's poor now, to be honest. So yeah, we do definitely. I think Costa Ama got it right there. Left back, striker, and centre half, and I think that'll do us.
Yeah, I think in terms of outgoings, I think Anderson will go. I think it's looking more and more likely. I think it's going to be the Lazio. I think it's going to be very much a we owe you 20 million. You can have him for 20 million sort of thing, so that there's no money to be paid, and Possibly. Then we get our pants pulled down again, basically.
Possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know if there's much money flying around. Apparently, he looked decent today. Like I said, I didn't even see the Ipswich game, but apparently he looked good again today.
Oh, did he play?
Yeah. He played. Yeah.
Anderson.
Yeah. He apparently started in the cam role. He started behind the striker.
Did not know.
Yeah. So and apparently he looked decent as well. So. I don't know. We'll see. I can't see. I think this is just going to be a problem in general this summer. Nobody's got any money. And it's all right saying, well, we can send him to Lazio and just write off the money that we owe him. But they've still got to find the money to pay his wages. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think we're going to see many. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me if he's still here next season. And if he can turn himself, I know what we were saying at the end of last season. He didn't look interested, didn't want to be here. And we have got other options. We've got the likes of Diangana. Obviously, Lanzini, Fornals can play there. Not that I want to see him playing on the wing, but they can play there. Antonio, Yarmolenko, there's plenty of players that can play in that position. So if he does go, no worries whatsoever. But it wouldn't surprise me to see him stay either.
Yeah, no, I'm okay either way, to be honest with you. If he stays or goes, I'm not too bothered. If we get a good Anderson back, it'll be brilliant. But yeah. What about Declan, mate? Rumours that Chelsea are going to put more money in now. Apparently, Roman's going to put another 150 million in again to go again. So that's Kai Havertz, Ben Chilwell. If they sell, again, it's about what money's lying around. If they sold a Kante, for example, I don't know. I start getting a bit nervous. I'm getting more and more confident that he's staying as the weeks go. But it's always just one move away that could just go boom, 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 and then he's at Chelsea in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. It really all depends on Chelsea, doesn't it? If they slap 80 million on the table, he's gone.
Yeah. So you can't deny it's an amazing project.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. They're building a really good-looking side there. And like I say, I think if Chelsea slap 80 million on the table, see you later, Declan, he's gone. So I think that's what it'll come down to.
What potentially will save us this summer is if the Thiago Silva rumours are true that he is going to sign for Chelsea. I think that will be their stopgap for a year, maybe 2. Because Thiago Silva is still fantastic, one of the best centre backs in the world, still at 35. You know, he's capable. He would do a fantastic job for them, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And I don't know. It's like I say, it really just depends on Chelsea. It depends on whether they decide they want to go for it this year, or whether, like you say, mate, whether they have a stopgap for a year. It's a good stopgap, an expensive stopgap, but whether they have a stopgap for a year, and then go in again next summer.
JP says about a swap deal there. Yeah, apparently they was going to bid a bit more, potentially bid 50 million, and then have a big player in. I don't know. I just want the money, personally. Unless it was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, mate.
I
would take the money, unless they are going to say, all right, well, we'll give you, I don't know, 40 mil on Kante. Yeah, all right, fair enough. But but no, I can't see a swap deal. It's rare swap deals happen anyway. And I think West Ham are in a position where they would turn around and just say, no, we want the money. Because, yeah, it's all right getting Declan off. You ship Declan out and then we take on 4 players. You've got to think about the wages and all the rest of it. No, just take the money. Just take the money. If he does go, like I say, it needs to be just the money. And 100%, you need to be talking about 70, 80 million at least.
Yeah. It seems that youth is the way forward this year. To sell Rice would be a counteract. Yeah. And I keep repeating myself for about the last year. He needs to go to the Euros and then be worth 100 million. Then if we want to sell him, fair enough. You know what I mean? Fair enough. Someone slaps 100 million pound on the table. You know, the only nervousness, as probably you will be the same, mate, is do you trust them guys with the 100 million or do you trust guys with the 70 million? I don't think so. I don't trust them. I honestly, I don't think they care anymore. I don't think they care what we think as fans anymore. What about you, mate?
Yeah, do I trust them to use the money well? I mean, it depends who's buying the players, really, doesn't it? You know, if they sold Rice for 70 million, even if they said, all right, we're going to put 20 million of that aside, we're going to cover some debts, which are all owed to them, which is ridiculous, but let's not get into that. And then they said, there you go, David, there's 50 million. All right, fair enough. But if it's Sullivan going to start thinking, oh, yeah, you know, what can we do with this? Or if he just ends up taking 50 million and giving Moyes 20 million, I don't know, mate.
There would be absolute riots if we sold him this year. If we sold him this year, I think there'll be riots. I do. I think
where are we going to riot, mate?
Yeah, I suppose that's true,
that's where they're getting away with it. That's where they're getting away with it because there ain't no protests, no fans in the stadium.
We can't do nothing yet. It was trending on Twitter last night though, which is good. You know,
it's good.
They're trying to keep the voice out there on social media.
It is good that it's trending on Twitter, but it's not the same. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same as like boots on the ground protest.
Yeah, it's that visualness that, you know, the media start picking up on it. That it needs to happen again. Hopefully, the Hammers United will pick up on it again, because I don't know about you. I said it on my little show. I feel deflated going into this season anyway. When the fixtures come out, it looks hard anyway. But then I know the pre-season sort of blinded us a little bit today, but do you not feel a little bit like same old crap? It's becoming a bit same old since we've been in that new stadium.
In what way? What do you mean?
That, we're just, we're expecting 14th. We're expecting a relegation battle.
Yeah, but I think that's just being West Ham, isn't it? I don't think it's been any different ever. It's always been that. And then again, anyone who's watched this channel for any amount of time will know I'm an optimistic person by nature. Every time this comes around, and the end of the season finishes and everyone's on a downer and like, oh, relegation next year, fixtures come out, that's it, bottom at Christmas, relegation. And then the closer to the season we get, the closer we get to it, the more I start thinking, actually, we've got a decent team there, we might do all right. And then I'll probably end up getting into bets like I do every year with Man United fans, saying, I bet we'll finish above you this season, which never happens. But yeah, it's the same old cycle for me anyway. I always get optimistic about it at the end.
What about those fixtures then, mate? Those first 7 are, I don't think you can make it any harder if you try. Horrific, mate.
Do you know what though? The amount of pressure that it puts on the Newcastle game, because if we don't get a result in that Newcastle game, but then on the other side of that, it's typical West Ham. It wouldn't surprise me to see us pick up a couple of results. It really wouldn't. So
lose after them games like to Fulham and teams like that.
Yeah, I think the worry is if you have a good start, then that lifts the team and it carries you on, and your season carries on in that trend. But if we end up losing and we get battered in a couple of them games, everyone's head's going to drop. And then when you go into that run of easier fixtures, the confidence is down, the pressure's on. Don't like seeing that. That's a bit difficult. But then also the pressure's off on them games, the big games, the pressure's off. So if we can pull out a result or two, the opposite will happen and it will just lift everybody and we'll be well up for it. So I don't know. I just hope do you know what I hope, mate? We've got them really, really, really run of tough games. I just don't want Moyes to have in his brain, forget about them, we'll concentrate on the winnable games later. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see us go there, sit back, fight for a point. I don't want to see that. I want to see us start the season. And like I say, we've got goals. We've clearly got goals in us. Going forward, scoring goals don't seem to be the issue. Let's just go and take the game to teams. Let's just try and score. But we'll see. Tone's
Tone's very optimistic, yeah. But
comfortable finish.
To be fair, I think it's going to be again. It's only opinion, guys. I think it's going to be another relegation scrap, but we'll be safe earlier. We'll be safe with 8 games to go, rather than 4 games to go. For example, I think if we're going to be down the bottom half for most of the table. No, we need a signing to excite us, really.
I know, and again, though, like I say, you want signings to excite you, but those are the strikers and all the rest of it. I don't think we're going to get. We're definitely not going to sign a big striker. Probably just a backup, someone in the same mould as a Jetty. But we don't need nothing going forward, really. We do need another striker as backup, but we don't need a lot. There's goals in the team.
Focusing on the front three of Diagana, Hallam, Bowen is very exciting. Yeah, I thought that myself, mate. Like I said, I didn't see the games today, but you go back to Rebic, Haller, and Jovic, a player we're linked with. That's the sort of thing. We have to provide that support the best we can. We haven't got Rebic and Jovic, but we've got to try to provide similar shape for Haller, and hopefully we can do that. Let's go back to transfers, mate. Anyone we're linked with that, realistic got a chance? There's rumours that we're going to go for Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser. Would love that, but that ain't going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
I can't. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rumours out there at the minute, and most of them to me don't seem realistic. The likes of like Fraser, we don't need him. He's another
Good
sort of
sign.
wide attack. It could say, but he's another wide attacking player. We don't need him. Same really as sort of Callum Wilson. Injuries not amazing. I see us being linked with the likes of Isaac Hayden again. They, I don't know, mate. So far, to be honest with you, I've been keeping an eye. Huh?
Sorry, I said Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, and John Stones were also linked with as well. Chris Smalling would be a fantastic signing.
Absolutely, I was going to say, mate. Smalling would be fantastic. Smalling would be a fantastic signing, but I can't see him coming to West Ham. Jones, I can see happening, and do you know what? Phil Jones, as a, I want to say dependable, but Phil Jones is a sort of dependable backup centre back. I've got no problem with that. Really haven't. He can play in defensive midfield as well. I've got no problem with Phil Jones. John Stones, I think as well, could be a really good signing. If it happens, it'll be a loan.
So very lot of money. I think 250 grand a week. I think.
Yeah, and it would need to be subsidised by City, but he would be a good signing as well. You know, I could see a Jones or a Stones coming off. I could see one of them coming off.
I hope so, mate. Like I say, Smalling, I would love. I think Smalling would be fantastic. By all accounts, he's been fantastic for Roma as well. I believe he got team of the season in Italy as well. So, again, that's why I don't think it will happen, because he's had too good a season over there. I'm just going to jump in here. Near the end of the season, I felt we started to play better football as Moyes got our defence more solid. And I feel as Moyes had more time, we will see a better football. Now, the thing I said on my show was I think it took Moyes longer to find his first 11. When he found it, it started to click because, you know, he was coming in probably thinking the same Lanzini, the same Masuaku that he liked last time, knew that Anderson was a £40 million player, knew that Haller was a £40 million player. So I think it took him a lot more time to find the chemistry, what worked. And when he did find that formation, Belichick found that balance for him, Bowen found the work rate for him. I think that's what it was. He found his formation in the end, no?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't. The only thing is, I don't think Moyes is going to go. Cheers. I don't think Moyes is going to begin attacking. I just can't see it. I don't think he's got it in him. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we come out and play expansive, attacking football, and we're flowing. And we have got goals in us, and I don't know. I want to see the attacking players let off the leash a bit more. We'll see. Listen, the season's a new start. It's a new start. I'm not happy that Moyes is the manager. I'd rather he wasn't. I'd rather we had somebody else. But he is our manager, and I'm more than prepared to give him a chance. Going into this season, clean slate, fresh start, and I want him to prove himself. I want him to show that he can play attacking football. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
What's a shame for David, for Moisey, is the fact again that he's not being given that 80 million that Pellegrini's been given. I know times are what they are at the moment, but it would have been very interesting to see what he would have bought for 80 million for him to actually still be able to build his own team. There's still players there from Allardyce era. Weren't Cresswell Allardyce? Antonio, Bilic, he's only added 2 players to his team ever. I know he bought Hugh Gill, but it would have been nice to see him maybe be able to buy 3-4 actual ones that would start. No. Let's go in there. There was a good question there actually. Yeah. Do you guys think Old Cullen will play this year? I don't think so, mate. I don't. Lee said it actually in our chat before we went live. It'll be another, as a good pre-season, we'll be going, he's a good player there, and then he'll go out on loan again, and then that'll probably be it. He's not young. He's not young anymore. And I'm not being cruel on the guy. I just don't think, for so many managers not to have quite fancied him. I don't know. And it is a shame, he's probably a lot better than what Carlos Sanchez is. He's fitter than what Jack Wilshere is. So it's a shame, that he isn't given a chance off the bench every now and then. What
Yeah,
about you,
yeah.
mate?
I agree with you, mate. I think he probably will end up being sent out on loan again, and like you say, that'll probably be it. Although, I wouldn't mind at all seeing him be a bench player coming off playing in the cup games. I think I don't think he's a superstar. He's not the next Declan Rice. He's not going to come through and absolutely tear it up, but he could be a noble level player. Do you know what I mean? He could be that consistent, reliable, nothing special, just ticks over.
Someone made a really good point about him a couple of weeks ago on one of the shows I was watching. They said against Juventus, he was the best player on the pitch for us. That was 5 years ago. Do you know what I mean? That was nearly 4 years ago, 5 years ago. That just shows, he was one of the best players on the pitch then. And he's still not been given a chance, since then, when he was really good against your Dybalas and people like that.
I mean, I don't know how much of a yardstick that game is anyway. I mean, Simone Zaza scored, so...
yeah. I just remember Dybala being unbelievable.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Fashizi says left back, right back, striker, and centre back in that order of priority for me. Yeah.
I don't think we need a right back.
Definitely left back first.
Yeah.
First.
Left back, definitely. I don't think we need a right back. I think Johnson for me is the starter, and Fredericks is fine as a backup. He's fine as a backup.
Yeah. To be fair, Jones is probably better than Fabian Balbuena. Yet another player that apparently Moyes doesn't fancy and wants to get out the door. Fabian. It's a shame he looked like an absolute beast that first season, didn't he? I liked him. Funny one here. I didn't like seeing Roberto on the bench. I all don't think we did, mate. I'll be honest with you. Dom says, today showed the attacking prowess of Masuaku. We need a left back and then we can push Masuaku forward. Yeah,
scored. Obviously, Masuaku scored apparently a fantastic goal. Nobody knows because the camera missed it. And all you had all game was the commentator talking about how brilliant the goal was, and this is a goal that you're going to see again and again and again. And there's not going to be any replays because the cameraman missed it. But Masuaku, brilliant go forward. There were a couple of times today, his feet are lovely, lovely feet, bringing the ball forward. And he's not a defender. He does need to be playing further forward. Do you think we have enough to stay out?
No.
I do.
Purely because I think Antonio's always one run away from a hamstring, which means we're left with Haller. And if you've got a non-confident Haller, where your goal's coming from, Cresswell's very suspect, as we know, at fullback. Masuaku can't play fullback. So we are slightly short for me. Still slightly just a bit short.
We're 100% short. 100% short. We 100% need a left back, and we do need another centre half, and we do need a backup striker. But I don't. The players we've got at the club shouldn't be going down. Should not be getting relegated. I think we've got enough to start. I don't want to see us stay with this team. We do need additions, but I don't think we should, even with these players, have enough to stay up. We should have had enough last year as well.
Declan didn't play today either, did he? I'm just seeing that in the chat there.
No, he didn't. Rice and Diop. As far as I'm aware, he's isolating because he's just come back off holiday, isn't
he? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Guys, if you've got any questions like this, put them in. It always keeps us laughing a bit. So off topic, guys, did you see the new Batman trailer? I did. Thought it looks quite good, actually. Nice to see the Riddler in that sort of, I know it's not Christopher Nolan, but that Christopher Nolan style world. Quite nice to see. And obviously Colin Farrell will be playing the Penguin as well. But massive Batman fan. So yeah, nice to see. Hopefully they can pick something up. And Michael Keaton apparently is coming back as well for the Flash movie as Old Man Bruce. So again, just being a bit geeky there. But what about you, mate? Did you see it?
I'll stop listening. No, I did see it actually. I thought it looked quite good. I thought it looked quite good. Mr. Twilight as Batman's a bit weird, but it was a good trailer. Yeah. It was a good trailer. Looking forward to it.
Sometimes, a random actor actor like that coming in, like Heath Ledger, Joker, we was all like, this geezer can't play it. He's not going to be Nicholson. And then he turns up and delivers a masterpiece. Do you know what I mean? But I did like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker as well. I thought he was excellent. Rice and Fredericks are allegedly quarantining Gary. There we go. Yeah, obviously Fredericks was away with him, wasn't he? Did Silver today look like he has more about him than a jetty? I didn't see the match, mate. Paul did, so I don't
know. Not in my opinion, mate. Not in my opinion. If I'm being honest, his hair stood out. He looked like Cisco with his bleach blonde hair.
No, Cisco.
He made a couple of runs. He didn't really have any clear opportunities. He didn't stand out. Put it that way, he didn't stand out. I wouldn't be against seeing him get. Hopefully, he plays more pre-season. Hopefully, he gets a few more games. But he didn't stand out to me. He didn't look like he was a player ready to step into the first team. Put it that way. That's my opinion.
Yeah. What else we got here? How many points do you reckon we will get next season, guys? 47, and we'll finish 12th. There you go. That's just a random one before me and Paul do a proper pre-season in a couple of weeks where we go through who we think will be Hammer of the Year, etc. and all that.
Yeah, I think that's probably
what I picked.
What, for Hammer of the Year?
Yeah, probably Anderson, I reckon.
Could have been someone like that. I don't know. I think higher 40s is probably about right.
Did Yarmolenko play as well?
He did. He played against Ipswich, so I didn't see him, but I'm pretty sure he did play. Yeah,
he's one I do want us to keep. He's never going to be the fastest player in the world, but he's got a left foot and he does shoot. And proved quite important towards the end, didn't it, last year? This year, I keep saying last year. This year, IMG. Oh my God, is that gonna be honest? That trailer looked great. I'm not into all this new lingo. I bet singing on your channel, JP, if I'm wrong, won't be here this season. Where do you reckon Palace will finish with Eze? Have they signed him? Is that official?
It's not. No.
Yeah. I don't think we will buy him now. I think Hugh Gill going to Norwich has sort of killed that deal a bit now, which is unfortunate. I do like Seb Benrahma still, and I do like Ollie Watkins, but I think they're out of our price range, unfortunately. If they do get him, basically all he is going to be a replacement for Zaza, really, isn't he? So I don't think he changes their team that much, in my opinion. He's a good player, but you're going to be losing Zaha at his expense. You're not keeping Zaha and him together, which would have been really interesting to see. Okay, what we got? So I'm just laughing at some of the comments here with Cisco. We shall see. Just fit enough to begin the season to get in a Chelsea shirt. Oh, thank you, John. Nice comment.
Thanks, John.
Best West
Appreciate
Ham
that, mate.
Shame we ain't got the subscribers to prove that, though, innit? Wouldn't it be nice if we could hit 3,000 soon? Yeah, so anything else West Ham, mate? There's a couple of things boxing-wise that I do want to talk about before we end. But the only
other thing I've seen really West Ham that's kind of wound me up a bit. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of the new stand, the new configuration of the seats.
Yeah, it looks amazing, mate.
Oh, the gap between the tiers now is ridiculous. The flat section.
I'm going to try. You talk, mate. Go on.
If you can find the picture, mate, the flat section between the lower tier and the upper tier now. One of my mates said it, but our good friend Bowden said you could literally hold concerts on it at half time. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like the gap is ridiculous. I saw it. It was someone tweeted the picture. I'm sure most people have seen it anyway. But the gap is absolutely horrific. I don't know It'll probably. I mean, the thing I was going to say, I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because as long as it looks better on telly and it's cheaper to move to stands, that's really all the owners care about.
Right. Bear with me, guys. Right. Okay. It's only going to be a small picture, but can you see that, guys? Can you see that? Is it going to load? It's going to load a bit bigger for us.
It is. Yeah, I can see it. Look at the size of that gap. That is absolutely shocking. Shocking. They could put a car park on that.
There we go. Look, I'm going to look at that. Gonna have a good dance, have a disco in there. Half time.
It's horrific. That
is huge, isn't it? That is huge.
I'll tell you what they should do. They should put a training pitch up there for the substitutes. That's what they should do. Oh, hello. There's a cat wants to get on the telly. But no, apart from that, I haven't really seen much else. I don't think there's much else going on, to be honest.
Noble's 19th pre-season. Wow. Where's the new picture of the stand, guys? I've just showed it, guys. New Lego Stadium. Yeah, we're going to go on to that in a minute, Peter. Poor Dillian White over 1,000 days for a WBC mandatory one-up. Actually, let's just talk about that very quickly then before, because we can go back to West Ham. Did you watch the fight, mate? It was only a few rounds, wasn't it? 4 rounds.
Actually,
he was winning the fight.
I haven't watched the fight back.
Oh,
I haven't watched it back. I've seen the knockout and I've seen the highlights. Yeah. I said it to you.
Beautiful punch.
Oh, yeah, really good shot. There's heavyweight boxing. You get caught by a punch like that, it doesn't matter. You're over. It's over. And I said to you afterwards, for me, Dillian White, he's always going to be the nearly man. I think he's always going to be the nearly man. I don't think he's ever going to get that world title. I don't know. He's got the quality, but it's just.
I like him. He's a bit like Nigel Benn a little bit, where he's just complete gun ho. Nigel Benn was obviously a lot better fighter, but he's a bit gun ho. He likes to tear up. But yeah, he just got caught with an amazing shot. That would have took out any heavyweight, in my opinion. It was such a beautiful little uppercut. It was just a little boom on it, a little short one, and it was all over. He was out on his feet. He was out before he hit the floor. Yeah. It's like 2 stadiums is one. It's a dear. 11.5 million seat move. Very good for social media. Yeah. Half-time entertainment, a full-scale concert. Yeah, why not?
That's the thing, though. That, like, it's not. It's a joke, and it's funny, and we're laughing about it. But it's that bad. They literally could do that. They literally could put a show on there. They could build an actual stand on that gap. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Laughing stock. Maybe they could do like a little one of them trampoline parks or something in there. You put the kids
That's
in.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Like,
put a little fairground up for the kids.
Talking about boxing, who is this mug, Mickey Theo, offering out John Fury? Obviously, John Fury is Tyson Fury's dad. I don't know if you see it, mate. He was trying to get fights with Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and Evander Holyfield. He goes, "I'll have all yours." Funny, very, very funny. I can't think of anything else really West Ham related. Really, I don't want to go into too much pre-season predictions yet. I know something you was talking about, mate. Maybe we could start what you said a few weeks ago about all-time Premier League 11, and maybe we could start on the goalkeepers for sort of 10 minutes or so. So I don't know whether any of you guys seen this, Talk Sport and things like that. I think Knees Up Mother Brown were doing it as well. They were starting all-time Premier League 11, not just 2010s to now. It's the all-time, so 1992. Maybe we'll do a position a week, mate. So why not start at goalkeepers, mate? I suppose your obvious one is, Peter Schmeichel, won everything. Absolute legend of the game. Anyone else, though? Anyone else that's like a massive goalkeeper for you? And you guys, give us some suggestions. Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to be possibly like Reina, possibly. Goalkeepers is a
check.
Huh?
Yes.
Check. Yeah, Check's a good. Check is a great shout, mate. I mean, I would even look at the likes of David James for Premier League. Van der Sar, what a shout! Yeah, of course, Van der Sar.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, David Seaman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
David Seaman.
there's been some good goalkeepers. I think goalkeeper is probably the easiest one though. I think Peter Schmeichel has to be the goalkeeper. Do you know what? That's one we talked about this the other day, and I'd never really looked into it more. Let's have a quick look.
These clean sheets or something.
Anyone? Well, De Gea is on the list. You know, you would have to talk about De Gea. Not anymore. He's kind of lost it, but he would definitely be there.
What about some of them new boys then as well, in terms of their ability to maybe take over Schmeichel, like an Alisson or an Edison? They have took goalkeeping to another level again, haven't they? With that ability to play with your feet, pass a long ball. You know, that's took goalkeeping to that next level.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I think the sorry, mate, to interrupt. Man who played the weekend, Manuel Neuer, was sort of the start of that sweeper keeper phase. You know, I know he's not a Premier League goalie, but you know, that trend.
Definitely, 100%. And I'll tell you what, mate. Watching that game, Neuer still absolutely world class. Still absolutely world class, Manuel Neuer.
Fantastic goalie. Yeah. Let's go back in here. There was a really good question that I wanted to ask, mate. Bear with me. That was it. Out of our current squad, who excites you the most for the new season? I'll let Paul go first. Go.
Probably Grady, to be honest. Probably Diangana, just because he's had a really, really good season in the Championship. Again, I know he seems like he had a really, really good game today, and he's a player that picks the ball up, drives. He's kind of like what you want Felipe Anderson to be. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, Grady, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's two for me, actually. I'm really excited, obviously, for Bowen to see what he's about, you know, see him as a full season. But you know what? The one that actually really excites me, and I think he could be one of our most important players over the next couple of years if he stays, is Souček. I want to see, you know, what this guy's about. I think he's capable of getting 10 goals as well from midfield, which is something we've not had for a very long time. So dynamic, so so fit as well, athletically. Not good-looking guy, but in terms of athletic ability, he's a fantastic player. Yeah, so Souček and Bowen, a full season, I'm very excited to see. Tone says, guys, is the Betway Cup happening? And if we win it, would you be happy for the club to win a star with the badge for every Betway? Well, it'd be the only way we're ever going to get a star, mate. Apparently, it is happening. I believe we're playing Bournemouth, in a pre-season friendly. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. Quite weird that the Charity Shield's this weekend, isn't it? It's quite weird. Loads of names in there. Shay Given, legend as well. Peter Schmeichel. Loads of people with a Peter Schmeichel. It depends on your age, really. I suppose if you've never seen Peter Schmeichel play, you're not going to know much about him. Honestly, some of those skills Grady does are mind-blowing. I know it's in a championship, but still, yeah, you can only beat who's in front of you, so that'd be nice to see. Nice to see him play. No team has won the Betway Cup as much as we have, mate. It's a record that will never be broken either, mate. Never be broken, that record. Right, anything else, mate? Anything else? Can you think of anything else? Not really. Not much West Ham at the minute, is there?
No, I don't.
We need something.
Yeah, I think as over the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see the transfers start ramping up. Obviously, more preseason games. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it, mate. If you are watching this and you're not subscribed, press subscribe. It's madness. Obviously, I know. Yeah, I know a lot of YouTube channels are the same, right? Obviously, you get your analytics and you can see, and it's pretty much a 50-50 split. 50% of our viewers are not subscribed. So, lads, come on. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, press that subscribe button.
So close to 3,000. And I think from 3,000, we will go again. It doesn't help that we had a 6-month break at one point, but to still be there, 2,500 is brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah, we're going to be bringing you loads of videos. I hope you guys are enjoying my Legend series that I'm putting out. That's all due to finish on the 13th. I've done it so it finishes an hour before kickoff when our season kicks off. And obviously, you guys all know number one's going to be. But, no spoilers, number one. But, we start. I just finished. I finished number 5 today. So I've still got 4 more videos to do. But, yeah, they're all done because I promised you I'd do a video every day of August, which I have nearly done now. What we got here? Keep reminding people to subscribe with each video. It makes all the difference. There you go. Paul has done that for you, Peter. Louis van der Gaal said he wanted Mane, Neymar and Kante at Manchester United. Yeah, can you imagine that? Guys, no wrong or right, but what's the start date for West Ham? 1892's Castle Swifts. 1895 Thames Ironworks. It was Thames Ironworks, no?
Well,
1895.
I was currently over lockdown. I was reading a book that my stepdad sent me, and it was all about the history of West Ham. Interesting book, and how they started with the ironworks, and then basically turned professional. And I mean, that's it. Yeah, you could go back to the Thames Ironworks. And obviously, that's where we are, 1895. That's our centenary year was 1995. That's the official one. But, I mean, it's got to be really when the club went professional. And because the club changed at that point. Do you know what I mean? It weren't then a club for the workers to go and have a kickabout after work or whatever. Then it became a professional club, and it was all about building the club, rather than... less, like I say, a team for the workers. It was more a professional club. So I couldn't tell you exactly what day that was, but that's when I would say.
That's another room, mate. I just literally did a quick search there. Declan Rice has been named in the England squad as well. Just going to put that out there. Another rumour that I read, mate, was Diop to Spurs. Anything in that to raise funds?
No, there's nothing in it. Obviously, Mourinho has been talking about him before. Mourinho likes him, and that's where the link is. I think it's paper talk, mate. We ain't going to sell Diop to Spurs. We're not selling Diop to Tottenham.
Can't see anything else here. Oh, the only other thing, mate, I did read was Winston Reid played 90 minutes in America. Their season ends in December. He's still contracted at West Ham. Any future for you?
Probably not. It's a shame to say it, but no, I don't think so, mate. He's not getting any younger, is he?
It's his testimonial year as well. Signed in 2010. So it's a shame the way it's ended for him, because there's no denying he was fantastic centre-half. He was fantastic for us. So many games where he put his body on the line for us. Yeah, it's a shame. Mark Noble, last season for you, mate? Do you think he will announce his retirement? Yeah. I
think so, mate. I think so. I think so. And, fair play to him. I think he's, what's the right way to put it? He's done his bit. Let him retire. Let him go and relax. Yeah. And fair play to him. The man's a legend at West Ham.
Yeah. I think we'll wrap it up there, mate. That's a nice 45-minute show. Oh, 1 minute. Question just come in here. Do you know why West Ham have it blowing bubbles as a song? No, I don't, Lawrence. I really don't.
It's one of them ones
really bad, isn't it? I don't know.
It's one of them ones where I probably do know, but I've forgotten. I'm sure if you tell me, then I'll go, oh, yeah. But no, I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I said, wouldn't it be a great send-off for him to win the FA Cup, mate? It'd be a great send-off to win any FA Cup, mate, any year. But, yeah, it would be nice for Mark to have that moment. Oh, one more, mate. One more thing we've not discussed. Your dad's back at the club, mate. Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, psycho. No, brilliant to see him back. It seems like he had a real good impact last time he was at the club. Really good on the training ground. Yeah.
And a fullback to train.
Yeah, and what a fullback. What a player he was. Yeah. Only good to have him around the club.
Yeah, and like we say, mate, about Stuart all the time. You know, at 37, he was an absolute fantastic player for West Ham. Even at 37 years old, weren't he? One of the maddest we've ever gone at a football stadium.
Yeah.
Paul's
Proper.
Paul's dad. Paul's got a few. He's got Repka, Stuart Pearce, couple
Super
more
Thomas.
Yeah. Super Thomas Repka. Yeah. Honestly, I'd start Pearce up. So would I, mate. I think. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks a lot, though, guys, for tuning in. Some lovely comments about the channel, you know, the content we're trying to produce for you guys. We'll try our best. Honestly, guys, you know, things have settled a little bit now with COVID. Paul knows what's happening with his job, etc. I know what's happening, etc. So we will, you know, be able to get the videos more consistent for you weekly. And I'm trying my hardest, you know, to try and put 2 or 3 out a week, to be honest with you. Maybe film at the weekends, record it and put them out for you. Any suggestions, guys, as always, just DM me on Twitter. Put some comments in. Any videos you want. I tried the amateur scouting series as well. That went down okay as well. But yeah, any suggestions, guys, let us know. I think that's it, mate. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, happy days. Thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate all the comments and you getting involved and all the rest of it. It means a lot, you know. It's brilliant to see. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, let's kick on now. Let's look forward to the new season. Hopefully more results like this in pre-season. Let's have more 5 and 4 goals. And positivity, mate. Positivity going into next year. Why not?
That's the tagline of our channel. Keep believing, guys. And yeah, keep believing. Come on, you eyes. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's go.
Cheers.